Hello, YouTube. This is Rain Shine Fine coming at you with another book review by your regular schmegular girl, giving you regular schmegular summaries. The book that I read this time was From Failure, The Complete Manifestation Manual by Hollingshed. Now, I read this book, and it's really only about 120, 130 pages, and it reads sort of like a story because the author talks about his own life, kind of going through learning disabilities that he had ever since he was a kid, some illnesses like attention hyperactive deficit disorder, inability to comprehend and really take in the things that he read, which made learning difficult in school, through all of the times that he went through academia, and then as well as having really high anxiety and self-esteem issues. And so the author talks about his journey to manifest his life that he has now, where he is an energy medicine practitioner, and he's a coach, a spiritual coach, and helping people achieve and manifest what they desire. He talks about how he was a kid and really feared being seen, feared new people, went through bouts of depression even at a young age, which I think many people can relate to, because I myself, when I was a kid, I felt a sadness in me, a heaviness in me that I couldn't explain, though I had a home, a roof over my head, and if I needed anything, I could ask my parents, but there wasn't a sense of belonging or a sense of feeling really like seen or valued. And I think many people can relate to this as children. You know, we tend to take on or absorb our environment and the things people say about us and criticize ourselves to the point that it's just overwhelming. We might compare ourselves to others and see things in others that we don't see in ourselves, and then beat ourselves down. So Mr. Hollingshed, the author, talks about his struggle with being criticized because of his tics, his nervous tics, his Tourette's syndrome, his trichotillomania, which is a disease, is an illness where you obsessively pull your hair out of your scalp. And so when he was a kid, he had bald patches on his scalp that were easily noticeable by family and friends. And so he was very aware of that, very aware of his personal appearance, criticized himself. And a lot of the book talks about this, the negative self-talk. The negative self-talk is what blocks us humans from attracting what it is we really want in our lives. We focus on the things that we don't have, and we focus on the negative aspects of ourselves. And so this book, he talks a lot about the law of attraction and focusing on what it is that you desire, what that feels like. So he has a 10-step method that I think I want to respect him, because it's a method that he uses in his workshops and he charges for. But if you buy the book, From Failure, the Complete Manifestation Manual, there are sections in the book where, like I used, you have prompts and you're able to write down what it is that you would like to see in your own life. So for me, for example, I'm at a stage in my spiritual journey where I would like to escape the current work culture and build something for myself, perhaps, or find a role or a position that would allow me to explore my inner depths. And so I would think to myself, okay, not just imagining it, but what would it feel like? What would it feel like to already have it? So I really like this book only because the author gets very vulnerable and talks about his struggles with himself inside himself, which many of us do. And I think that in general, it's hard to go deep down within because it requires silence, it requires solitude, and it requires reflection with your own life. And I think in our current society, it's hard to do because we're so used to distractions, drowning it out because it might be painful to go down there. So I really like the book. I would highly recommend reading it. And when it comes to manifesting in general, you have to sort of take action too. It's not just about imagining where you want to be and already imagining the feelings of what that would be like, but what small action can you take to get to that place? So I enjoyed the read, and it's affected me personally and made me want to strive to create, to be the authentic self that I want to be. With that being said, this concludes the book review. Thank you, and please subscribe, like, and comment if you do.